Hello and welcome to DOND and Let Looses versus the Paraducks. This is an ECL game from Division 3, so this should be a really fun game today with two relatively smaller communities that people, not going to have watched too much of, I wouldn't have thought, fighting over the Scar on Herkin Forest. Let's take a look at the map. We've got a fucking horrendous map. This is awful. I feel so bad for these teams. This could not be worse. Salient 42 into Scar, into Verback Overlook is just about as long a game as you can feasibly get. And it's already off to a good start because there's a squad leader running. He's missed his truck. Oh, lovely. You love to see that. Let's take a look, see what else we've got going on down at the south. It's going to be a wide deployment, I think. Taking a look at the map, there's not too many ways to cross for this allied team. Over at the Scar, there is certain sections that you can cross. We have one down just below us. You can, I believe, maybe jump this section, but don't quote me on that one. I don't play Herkin Forest a lot. We have this little crossing section here. You can cross the entire way across this. All the way down to this bridge where you can cross. And then other than that, there's very little places you can cross to actually get there. So artillery is going to be key for this one. We see I'm part of the artillery squad today, so we can see where they're going to be shooting at, which is always nice. I'm playing my highlights on, so we're going to be able to see where the enemy armor is, and hopefully be able to catch some really nice tank engagements while we're playing. Which would be nice, because there's going to be some long-range tank engagements here. From Verback Overlook all the way to Scar, all the way into places like Jacob's Barn. You can shoot quite the distance to get there. Early doors, we're seeing deep supply drop coming in from the DOND Let Looses team, which is a team that I'm a part of. I'd say I'm a part of that I'm on today. I'm not a part of those two communities. And then we're gonna have the Paraducks are gonna be in the red. So we're going to see how Scar goes. It's quite a fun point to start and take, to be fair. Obviously, it is quicker to get to strong point for the Allies. It is slightly closer to them, but they have a slightly more difficult route to get in, having to cross the river, having to make their way down the trees as well. Let's see if we can follow one of these trucks coming in here. Oh, and he's crashed already. That's not a good start. Hitting one of those awkward poles. As he comes down the hill. He's going to hit another one, is he? Nope, manages to get past it, which is nice. We'll see if how practiced his route is, as he's making his way over to the left now. He's going to get caught in the dragon's teeth early door. He's going to get caught by another tree. Okay, so that truck abandoning its drive there, not going anywhere. And over here we see a big spawn wave out here. Oh, we've got DKB McClellis, who he's a really nice guy. I've played with him a couple of times. Nice guy, decent tanker. And we see a big wave of infantry coming down this hill here, avoiding the main artillery push. And so they're going to be able to get around that, although Sly is getting a little bit close to it. This next shell could come in. Nope, just misses him, so he should be safe now getting across there. However, we do have Let Looses in the point very early, and so they're now ready to start taking that. But the map control here from ITK and DKB is massive. It's huge. Absolutely swarming on this northern side of the point here, but they're going to start running into some DOND infantry now, and the DOND Lukes as well, commanded by Ancient Knowledge. So we'll see how McClellis does here as he peeks up this hill. He is exposed here with the BAR. Takes down one, takes down two. Nice play from him there, and the cap is still coming in here for Paraducks. This would be massive if they can cap the Scar. The game becomes a lot more even at that stage. I never fancy a team to be able to recap the Scar, just due to the nature of the way you've got to try and get across this river. But, we do indeed have these guys inside the point. We've got DD, we've got DKB players well within the strong point here. There is not too many DOND and Let Loose players within the cap sector, by my reckoning here. Seems like they had a bit of a slow deployment. And in fact, over here on the southern side, there was zero deployment. Actually, 0 deployment from DOND let looses, which has allowed Dragon Troop and co here to absolutely wrap around, and they're going to wrap this front line up pretty quick, I think. We do see the point being contested, and Vlad here does know that Serious Sam's coming up. We see TL Dane putting a satchel down on the truck. A little bit unnecessary. Doesn't really need to happen, to be honest with you. But we're already seeing, you know, a fairly confident play here from Paraducks as they send players over towards Salient 42 already. They do lose one squad leader over there, unfortunately, as suppliers start dropping down. Lost that to the real sniper. Just in the center of our screen here. But strong point control totally in the hands now of Paraducks. If this artillery is good, it absolutely could help here. I'm not seeing any artillery dropping in. There is just a little bit of artillery maybe dropping in from this Paraducks side, but not too much by the looks of things. Be interesting to see if we're having if the tank snipe's going to come up. There is a very, very nice tank sniper. We're going to run over and check out the artillery pits while we're here. We do indeed. We've got a Luke's, but that's not the tank snipe. The tank snipe's usually done with a Panzer IV, so that's not on play here. And we see here 0 defenses around the artillery guns. So they're going to get taken out by snipers pretty quickly, as this is a lovely point to try and attack if you're recon. Over at the Scar, looks like we're seeing some of these DKB players get a little bit closer in now to the point, trying to just stop this wave of let looser players as they make their way into the strong point. And they are capping it back based on that weight of numbers here, but you have to say the map control is totally in favour of Paraducks here. And Casieldo there is absolutely surrounded as a squad leader in the middle of our screen. He's not going to be getting up to much from that position. We see Mr. Tank now looking to press his outpost forward as well, but he's facing players up in front of him. And we've got Dragon Troop is also pretty deep into enemy territory, causing Vlad to have to turn around, and all of his guys, including Kembabar there, having to turn around at the same time. While we're waiting for this cap, which is going slightly in the favour of Paraducks here, as we see some Paraducks supplies dropping just in front of us there. Let's go check out the artillery pits, because the recon has already arrived. Naked and the Real are up there, so the Real's spawned forward onto his outpost. There's no guns up right now, but we do have players ranging around. I want to see one of those guys just get brave, get back on the guns. But we do have the recon tank there, commanded by Psycho. Is going to be harassing them as well. Kamikaze, thankfully, I think is going to let us know where one of these tanks is, and so we've got a very defensive Stuart here. Kamikaze just acting as a bit of a tank simp, I think, if they get caught by any rounds, and they're taking shots in from quite the distance. Don't particularly see too many tanks coming in from DOND let looses right now, but we do just see one go down in front of us. Finn Henu there takes down one tank. What did we have? Was it the Panzer IV went down? I think we saw the Lux go down earlier, so that should be all the tanks off the field for right now until that Panther gets up towards the front line. But that point is gone to Paraducks there, and we know that they were going to be looking for that early pressure over at Salient, and in fact they really do. They've got ITK and AKM4 is looking to pressure Salient 42 already, so that's going to be an early start for them. We do see some of these Sin guys wearing, you know, they're in DOND clan tags, so Spaceman, Spaceface, WT Janssen, pretty sure I saw Sniper's Dream as well, all recognisable names from Server 2 on Squadline Battles. So this could be a bit of a three-way alliance now, with Sin maybe having merged in with one of these communities. Which wouldn't be too unsurprising. Lower down, see lots of movements between communities. Stenner here, looking to get some pressure as well. So this is really nice early pressure here from the Paraducks. Vlad is pushing up though. He might get caught by Freese, but Freese is looking the wrong way. Vlad misses two and then takes down one, but then gets down the corporal there from the Ducks. And so he stays alive and is going to be able to control Jacob's Barn, which is very, very important from this section. However, over at the Scar, we see total domination here. Absolutely dominating the front here out of Scar. I want to see some of these players starting to get that move on now. And just get themselves up to, you know, around these trenches. Let's take a look at the map around this first. Although it says I'm the top killer in the stats. I don't think those stats are right. Do you? I feel like those stats might be slightly off. Let's see if I can figure that one out. I might just need to have a little bit of a refresh on the stats. There you go. I've refreshed the stats, and the stats have come through. So as you see in the top right, we do have the top killer in there. Now that that's working, Casieldo there, with 14 kills. He was the squad leader, hanging out in the front of the point. So he was doing pretty well, taking players down early doors. Kruma here is pushing high as well, but they just miss each other. Jesus Christ, how have you not seen? Just turn around, someone, Gotham, maybe. Oh, he misses a shot. Fucking hell. Come on, Gotham. Let's go. You know where he is. Seeing grenades coming out there from Krumahund. But Gotham takes him down. No harm done there. Let's take a look at the map. As I said, let's see how DOND Let Looses are doing. Although, no, we can't do that because we've got cap pressure over at Salient. Here we go, cap pressure already. We see Chris Baker there. We see AKM is round the back as well. We see Dragon Troop is pressing early as well from this northern side. So we've got a three-pronged attack early doors from squad leaders. If they can get full squad spawned in down here, there cannot be much here for these guys to spawn. And we've got Sniper's Dream hanging about, and DOND Ducker just spawned back in. Let's take a look at the map. There is a garrison on Salient 42 that they can use to spawn back into. And we're seeing Monkey Spunk waste all of his rockets on a supply truck and not actually kill it. But these guys are pressing high. The cap pressure's not there right now. They are keeping it just for now. Just a little bit of defensive pressure being inside the strong point, helping that one out. However, as we go out, we see Centurion, Vlad, and Cannon and Foot there, looking to press back inwards towards Dragon Troop. That's going to cause Dragon Troop to turn back around. Just in front of us, to our west here, we see Stenner has got himself behind Krumahund and Mr. Tank squads. Now, if they can get good pressure here between Stenner and Yerd there, we're going to see this be a bit of a quick squad wipe on the front line, and that's going to be catastrophic for this DOND team here. Let's take a look at the map here. I've got my drawing tools out. Let's highlight the cap sector here with the Scar, and then we've got the cap sector into Salient as well. Gonna try a purple color here as a bit of a contrasting color. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. However, we see absolutely no front line here. Nothing pressing around the Scar. There's so little danger for DKB here and ITK on the point, this Paraducks side. Now they've wiped this front line out, there's such a distance they've got to travel. We do see some decent presence coming back in towards Salient 42. I'd like to see one of these squads start pressing back in from here though, just to really secure that point, because they are still losing it. So it looks like we might have a bigger spawn wave coming on Salient here. Baker squad here looking like they're going to start trying to pressure towards the west to try and take Scar. That makes a fair bit of sense. We'll see George squad as well, but we do need to see some presence up from Jacob's Barn here. A garrison just to the north of Jacob's Barn. We can see they're dropping supplies up there to go build one. So we can see a garrison here get placed. Not the greatest of placements, but it is a placement nonetheless. We can then see a couple get up on this front line as well, and that would be quite nice. But let's go check ourselves out Salient 42, because this cap pressure is not stopping here, and the garrison itself is locked here. As I look at this point, totally dominated by the ITK squad. Everyone in the point already. Plenty of players. We see a Lux coming in, taking shots off there into the point. We can see that Lux just in the center of our screen here, driven by Psycho. But unless they pressure and really get into the point, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to defend this. Centurion pressing on his own, takes down one good kill. The Corporal doesn't see him though. Centurion continues to press. He's going to run into Chris Baker maybe. Just goes underneath him. Surely they've heard the footsteps here. Chris Baker knows where he is. No. Centurion takes him down. He keeps moving. and eventually gets taken out between Finn, Henyu, and Jackers there. Killed a couple of people, but not enough of a presence coming in here from DOND Let Looses. And so this early presence is fantastic. It's a really nice move here from the Paraducks. And we're going to see immediate presence over at Logging Camp as well, with AKM already in there as a squad leader. Freeze looking to move in towards Logging Camp. At the moment, just DOND S1 and Kemba Bar spawned in as well. Fortunately for them, DOND S1 was actually in the strong point circle, I think, allowing the cap to not progress, which allowed spawns to come in. Nefs goes down to AKM though, and we see some real defensive measures coming out here. So many players spawning back at Logging Camp here, having to push through. They are running the Panther tank here. DOND S1 takes out Freeze, but AKM will have his outpost up. There we go. He's got the garrison up. Lots of players just spawned in here. A couple of squad leaders, lovely to see. Hopefully they've got enough presence of mind to be able to squeeze out Vlad here from this attack. If we take another quick look at the map here, they do still have presence around Salient 42 here. Just down here, we've got 3 squad leaders there, able to pressure Salient. But look at this absolute mass down Logging Camp. So many players. What we need to see now is actually someone comes out of mid and starts pressing down. Someone pushes north and comes down. I am gonna skip the music though, because Christmas music, it's not gonna happen. Not on my watch. Wasn't paying too much attention. But cap pressure coming in at Logging Camp. Let's take a quick dive into Logging Camp right now. How many players do we have? It's a real quick roll here. As we even see TL Dane putting rockets into the back of this Panther. 1 rocket in. Dane looking to pull the second one out. Gets the second one, but non-pens the side of that Panther here. Don't know whether he doesn't take out the garrison just yet. He's running himself into the point, trying to take out players. Bombing run comes in here from the Paraducks, and an airhead as well. Is that a Paraducks airhead? No, it doesn't look like it. Second bombing run comes in now. This time a DOND ITK. Sorry, DOND. Let Loose's got too many clan names. DOND Let Loose's bombing run comes in, but that airhead there has just landed. Surely someone's seen this. Hang on, this is. This airhead's surely it's not gonna get a spawn wave off in the point. Kanda, please tell me you've seen it. Kanda, come on. He goes, takes it down. Okay, that's gonna stay alive. We do have a DOND S1 airhead as well, just landing underneath us as well for a second spawn there. Serious Sam looking like he's gonna go pressure that if he can. We see Mr. Tank cutting off the front line of the attack, which is good to see. Really, really important there. It looks like the frontline garrison has gone down as well. So the immediate pressure onto Logging Camp has been ended. Serious Sam right on top of that airhead there. That must have gone down, I would have thought. We see the Panther tank just in front of us there, moving away as well, and supplies dropping for DOND Let Looses. Dragon Troop's still going to keep pressuring on this front line. That's good. That's what I want to see. You really do need to go make the end of this these trees your own. This little bit of forest is horrible to try and push through. But you do have to just try and pen these guys back into Logging Camp if we can. If you're playing as this Paraducks squad. Trying to not get yourself boxed in at Salient is difficult. It's important though. These are 2 easy points that you can get boxed into. So it's just going to be a case of which of these teams got the experience and the know-how to really press out wide here. Not too much width on these attacks right now. We do see some DOND Let Looser players pushing in. Oh, House Squad. Oh, House Squad. That is not the garrison you want to see. Just inside the red zone. That says everything about whether a team is panicking on what sort of experience they've got. because that is a poorly placed garrison, no doubt about that one. That's going to block off a lot of good work that they can do around this point if that gets locked. ITK AKM getting himself a little bit isolated here. I mean, no, surely not. Oh, he takes out Paroi there, but the trade comes in. He gets taken out by Casieldo. Artillery mark comes in. It's a good artillery mark. Though he does have friendly players looking to progress into that area, so that's why I think they've just shuffled that one back. WC Janssen going down there, and as Tryon comes up. The problem with what they're doing is they're just trickling players forward, unable to really get too much of a presence through this forest. This looks a little bit more like it for me, just being able to slowly push through, though. Running the MG42, Gander in there. He's got to just stay back, maybe get himself up on top of this roof, and really just get the suppression out through this forest. Mr. Tank is pretty close into the point, though. If he can get an outpost up, it could be well defended with just one spawn wave in. However, Junior here looks like he might... Well, he just goes down, actually. That's going to slow up Fleeps and Sermon. Schneider there, coming in as well with his outpost. I want to see them spread out just a little bit more here with their outposts. Just to ensure that cohesive line is built. Because at the moment, they're gonna get boxed into Salient 42. A couple of good trades here from someone like Centurion or Lucifer. Absolutely could win them this cap point back. Ducker there, seems like he's been spotted by Brooks. He's going to drop off. Kemba Bar as well, in a good space as well. WC Janssen getting into that Mr. Tank outpost. Mr. Tank goes down, but Janssen's up in the point, takes down Chris Baker, going close up towards Schneider, and wins that trade as well. So now he's fully inside of the bunker. Be interested to see where their garrison is, whether it's inside. Obviously, I don't have the map for that team, unfortunately, so I'm not going to know. But WC Janssen going on a little bit of a tear here, takes down McClellos. Oh, and the garrison's right in front of us, and WT Janssen's right on top of it. Bolle here seems to know what's going on. He runs, doesn't get there in time, does take out WC Janssen. The garrison goes down, so the damage has mostly been done there. I have to see how quickly they can rebuild that garrison up. But it looks like they're going to try and capitalise on this. And with a tank firing from a distance, looked like a Panther shell's coming in. And we've got players coming out of this forest, getting pretty close up and personal here. Doc 62 with a pistol onto the corporal. Stenner's just below there, and he doesn't seem to be able to see him. I think maybe he can just see the head. But Hershey here, currently top killer within this game, is looking like he's going to press up high. Let's stick around this guy and see how he does here, as he hides himself down inside of this little foxhole or artillery damage mark there. He can't go too much further though, just due to the artillery dropping down. Shots come in, and he goes down, unfortunately, without having done too much damage. The artillery at the moment not allowing their infantry to progress any further forward, but the front door entrance did get shut down. This tank squad has been wiped. Just heard a tank explode below me, and we saw that Panther tank there over by Shorty getting the kill here. This looks like it was just a medium tank though, right next to an outpost as well. The medium tank goes down, having tried to peek around that corner. Never going to go well when you're up against a Panther tank. However, we just saw precision strike on the Panther. It's a great play from the commander there of Paraducks. Nicely used precision strike, taking out a Panther. Really nice trade there. So clearly a good mark out onto that, and that's going to force them back into the HQ. We'll have a look at their fuel situation. Looks like they've just spawned a Panther tank, which has left them down to 90 fuel here. as I said earlier, let's take a quick look at the map here. We've got this garrison. I'm gonna highlight this in black here over by Charlie Squad. Just in a terrible spot. It's gonna be locked forever. It's so unlikely to come unlocked. I mean, it does just there, but it's not going to stay unlocked for too long. If there's any sort of presence from this Paraducks squad, the problem is they've got this garrison now back in I7, which is just unable to. That's going to stop them from building a garrison further forward in I7. So as that garrison goes locked again in H7, what I'd want to see here, if I may, DOND, is a little bit of a tweak here. Build your garrisons here. Get them slightly further back. Maybe go here and back here. That would be fine. I think that would work. In fact, you could try and get one right down, tucked in the corner of the map here. If you can, and then just tuck this one back here, and then you're left with, with at least kind of 4 garrisons around the place that you can work from. That's, terrain permitting at least anyway. And then at that point, you can get yourself a garrison up by Jacob's Barn, and you can get your garrison out by Q Squad, and you get your garrison down by Salient. You get the full surround on the Salient 42, and with that, you can then just look to box them in by being able to come at this from all different sides. We do see a little bit of cap pressure onto Salient 42 there, so let's go check out that. It looks like they were just coming in the front door here. And it's just presence of weight coming into the front side of this, I think. We see plenty of players here, led by Krummer here, being able to progress up this trench line quite quickly. Eliasson here is so close into them, though. He's going to get a bit of a shock as he pops around this wall, maybe. No, he takes out McCoff. Pops down. Oh. He's reloaded! He was reloaded. Doesn't take a monk. Pull out the knife. Oh, dear. Don't get hip-fired. Out in the point, though, DOND Centurion making good work here as he's continuing his push. Got smoke dropping in. The garrison's back up. Centurion didn't quite know what to do with himself there, though. Can't take that garrison down, but surely this will get marked now, and the artillery will start dropping into the back of this point. No need to control half of the point, really, but control going back to Paraducks here as they look to continue their push out towards this eastern side. They do need, is this Big Bad Bear? I don't know what your name is. I'm sorry, but if we can have Big Bad Bear here come down, start wiping this squad just in front of us, that would be lovely. It looks like he's going to start his way down there towards Krummer. So we're going to have Big Bad and Sergei Kasa as they look to go pressure Krummer here. Got one outpost up from the Big Bad. Pretty close, actually, to the opposition outpost. Big Bad goes down. Sergei stays alive, feeling like he's being shot here from this northern side. Balmy doesn't seem to be able to see him, though, so that's not going to happen. Got this recon tank just sitting back, not particularly doing too much work, if I'm honest with you. Not really shelling anything important. If you're gonna sit and chill in a recon tank, maybe do something worthwhile with your time. Psycho, there you go. You're starting to get the move on now. That's good news. See Vlad over here with a nice ranging defense, looking to cover off AKM from attacking the rear. However, this artillery pit now is going to be under serious pressure. It actually has like a full squad against him. Pure Vision is chilling out up here, and they do have their Lukes as well, which they can use to defend this artillery pit. But for right now, they don't have anyone on the guns. As TL Dane looks to pressure up close against Kez. Dane gets taken down, though. Let's go take a look. Actually, it looks like a bombing run comes in now over the point. Let's take a look at our map here. This is going to be a DOND bombing run into the point there. Doesn't get too many kills, but surely that takes down the garrison on the back of the point here. It does look like, indeed, that garrison goes down onto the point. And I believe my stream has actually just about started with that half-hour delay. So I'm gonna go chuck a poll into the channel for everyone to see who who will win. So you can see this is all happening live. DOND let looses. Paraducks. Yeah, there you go. Right, and the duration of that one is gonna have a 10-minute poll going on there. It's the first time I've done a poll on the channel before, so that's gonna be fun. I'm glad that I finally kind of get to do some new different stuff. Always nice to get something different on the go. You can see Hershey here picking up just over a kill per minute. At 35 kills already. Lovely to see. Got this DKB squad here. 2 squad leaders hand in hand. Sly and Broholm. One of them goes down though. Broholm's not going to know what to do with that Sly, is he? He's taken out by that recon tank. He's super vulnerable here. Broholm continues moving though. Seems to be unseen for now. He must have a mark on this tank though. He's going to get spotted here. Surely he's going to get taken out. That recon tank backs off. Broholm lives to see another day as well. Got to get his AT onto that. We do have a little bit of cap pressure onto Salient 42 here. We are seeing DOND let looses come back into this game very, very shortly, I think, as they look to really pressure from all sides. Cassieldo there looks like he's going to try and come in from this western side, as is Ferry from DOND. Now, Matus is certainly bringing a nice ranging defense, a little bit of roam going on from him. However, he is going to be vulnerable just to the 1v1. Let's see them get a garrison up in that zone, though. Over by Ferry, over by Cassieldo. Have they done it so far? No, it doesn't look like they have. Got that sorted. Ferry moving back to his outpost. He does have 50 supplies there. Hopefully he's got 50 more coming in very shortly. So if we can see a garrison come up just where he is, he can get another one up down towards the south edge of the map as well. This is a tight, compact defense being played here by Paraducks. So this is it's a little bit surprising to me how tight they are being compacted in. We do have tanks pressuring up at the moment, so with the recon tank as well as a Panther tank here driven by Ancient Knowledge really high up into the point, looking to pressure this. They can't go too much further at risk of satcheling, but they are pretty safe where they are. They just need to get a little bit more infantry presence near them if possible. Hey, Captain Cody, I know this is like a half hour in the future from when you typed that message, but glad you're hanging around. It's a shame that you're not on the battlefield today, but hopefully you enjoyed the stream nonetheless, watching you guys play. Maybe you could explain the Paraducks Alliance to us, or even the DOND let looses one, depending on which side of this you see yourself in. We are seeing some players get spawned in over by Ferry, though. Let's take another look at this map. I want to see if he's got the garrison up. He does have the garrison up, dropping one more further north in G6. And the garrison network is starting to come together here really, really nicely. And in fact, actually, they would be good for the quick attack into Scar, thanks to the garrison network they've built. Those supplies have now dropped here just in front of us. We'll see, though. Is Tom going for them? It doesn't look like Tom is. No, sorry, Tom is. Tom's on our team, isn't he? He's not going to go for the supplies. Are we going to see Pedo go for those supplies? Maybe, maybe. But the cap pressure's coming in now over at Salient 42, thanks to this tank presence being so close. They do still have players within the point. Do they have the garrison rebuilt? They do. I don't think this is going to be a cap at this stage. I'd be surprised if it is. However, you know, unless they get some spawns in pretty quick, it is going to get a little bit dicey. Mr. Tank Squad is now getting aggressive. Spaceface also getting aggressive. They're still capping Salient 42. We saw a little bit of pressure onto logging camp. But for now, despite the fact that they have total control over the key zone here, you know, the cap pressure is pretty strong as they're letting players push up on top of them here. This Paraducks team, the artillery is doing work for now. Aaron Thompson, thank you for stopping by. Game will be, you know, it'll start a few minutes late, but I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy it. It's certainly been a good one. Big spawn wave comes in there from the DKB and DD and ITK guys there from Paraducks. A huge spawn wave comes in. We saw a little bit of cap presence over at logging camp. I think this is just all sector control though, really, as there's so few of these DOND let looser players within the point. That's how you want to play defense though. You want to play it light. That's okay to play it a little bit lighter. That's just about being defended here by DKB, thanks to the huge spawn waves that they are getting in. The Panther tank is still being a bit of a nuisance, though with his positioning, I don't think he's got the greatest of views up this hill, unfortunately. He just is not going to die at all. Finn Henry there, chucking rockets at him, but it's going to bounce all day. He's going to get himself right up into the point now, getting a little bit dangerous. Could be getting in towards satchel territory here. Just a couple of smoke grenades, and you could be right on top of Ancient Knowledge and his Panther tank. WT Janssen is high. Space McSpaceface is getting aggressive as well. He goes down though to MK in the distance there. More cap pressure coming in. Mr. Tank's got his squad round to the back of Salient 42. They must have taken down this garrison here. Certainly not seeing it, and he's just stood up. Shirak there, looking like he's laying into the back of some players. Mr. Tank here takes down Stenner. The garrison's still up. It's been rebuilt. They need another big spawn wave here. Mr. Tank chucking grenades at it, though, as he looks to run forward. Takes down Gotham. Grenade gets a kill as well. Viking is just chilling. MK's there as well. He sneaks through. Takes down Mr. Tank and Shirak. The garrison lives to fight another day, but Flawless Fulgrim here is now pressing forward. WT Janssen, trying. They're now going to start chasing down this garrison. WT Janssen is on top of it. That's going to get locked. ITK Jackers has just spawned within that bunker. Viking still chilling out. He gets taken out by Flawless Fulgrim though. I think maybe, are we going to see this point get capped now? Going to have the recap here, and they've got decent control over the sector at the same time as well. Supplies dropping in for the Allies team here. So we're seeing supplies drop in for Paraducks. That's not going to be too useful though. Hopefully they've still got the presence of mind to have some stuff over at Scar. Let's have a quick zoom away across this map though. There's nothing but DOND and let looses as far as the eye can see. So there's good presence here across the map. And as we take a look at our map again, we see the early presence from Charlie Squad, the recon going forward. Very important there, is all the way to the west. So he's going to be looking at controlling any quick counterattacks in from the F8, F7 region. Able Squad's going to need to get a garrison up as well into G6. And so as that point gets capped, the garrison at Salient 42 comes live. And they look like they are going to keep a hold of this for now. 2 Panther tanks, one of them inside the point, one of them just coming up. That is pretty well done there from those guys. Hey, welcome Jack and O Trades. Got plenty of DOND fans within the channel here. They'll be particularly happy with the way that recap goes and hope that they can storm forward towards a Scar. Absolutely an Axe's favourite point to try and capture as far as I'm concerned. You just have to try and wrap around, get the hill on both sides and you'll be good. But big wave comes out here from the Paraducks. Out of Scar, all the way up to Jacob's Barn. We see supplies dropping in on Casieldo. And so, you know, they're going to notice those coming down and spot him. Stenner perhaps going to go for these supplies. It just needs to take a little look up. Casieldo, though, has gone down. Those supplies dropped. That garrison's not going to come get built. as those supplies actually start rolling towards Stenner and crew. I'm just going to mute my microphone so I can have a bit of a cough. Hang on a second. Oh, that's far better. There you go. The voice is going again. This is terrible. The voice always goes in these casts. You see, let loose his players here, and maybe just let, or maybe just loose a monk. Doesn't have the double symbol in his name. Maybe he's not allowed it. Maybe he's not been promoted just yet. Starting to push out as well. They need to be careful. They do need players out here towards Sly, Baker, and Dragon Troop. However, they got to make sure that they put enough presence towards the north and really spread out towards Scar. We're seeing a ping go up in Scar, and I hate this. This is not good artillery, because we're going to see artillery drop here, just in the middle of the point, and it's not going to do anything. It's not necessary whatsoever. It's not going to capture the point for you. You really want to be getting this onto the front line, 60 meters or so, just in front of your guys. Whatever they're looking at as the engagement range, you're going to want to be using your artillery on that sort of line. So if I was looking at this map here, if I'm my artillery, if I'm the artillery crew, I'd be looking at sort of anywhere in that sort of range and thinking to myself, well, okay, do I have marks up? Where's the enemy infantry? Where do I think they might be coming in here? You know, even hell, if these guys say that they're struggling to push through, though it looks like maybe it's pretty easy for them, you're going to just drop in front of those guys as well. Got one Panther tank here. I want to see Panther or number one here, just stay defensive because we have the second Panther going to Southern HQ. I want to see those guys group up and just stick together, link tanks there as well. Do you see an airhead dropping down? So I'm actually going to go check this airhead out, although we've got double garrisons pinging hot around Salient. Let's take a look. Have they spotted this airhead? Is anyone going to start moving towards it? Maybe Scarge. I think he might have seen it. Commander Scarge from DD. I think he's going to go for this airhead, and he should grab it. I'd be surprised if he doesn't take this one down. Let's just see the poll just ended as well, with DOND being the overwhelming favourites to win this one. Be interesting to see how that poll might change if we were looking at it 10-15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, up till now as well, to see how confident they are. We're seeing a lot of players here pushing towards this airhead. Now Scarge, who was the closest to it, is now just stood still holding it. They don't feel like they're going to get towards it. Oh, but a fantastic rocket comes in. Unbelievable. Where's that? Where has that come from? I don't even know. Sure, is that Junior? You know what, I'm gonna give that rocket to Junior. I'm just gonna say that that he did it. So fair play, buddy. What a rocket from you. Whoever that was, absolutely sniper on that one. Hershey there gets taken down by Sergei Kassa, and we're seeing the ITK players now start patrolling this defence. Not going to go find that garrison just yet because it is quite the ways away. Seeing cap pressure though, hang on. Bow over at Salient 42, there's just a little bit of cap pressure. It was only Jacker within the point who caused that one. Sniper's Dream seems to be the guy left alone within that point just to manage that. We see Legend Sniper from DOND suggesting that his team place some more mints. As a lover of mints, I wholeheartedly agree. Absolutely. Got some Axis supplies dropping down just in front of Chris Baker there, and behind a Crummer. He dropped those supplies next to a garrison though, so I'm not too sure on that one. We see there's a bit of a doctrine coming out here though. Already, this seems to be the way this game is playing out from DOND. Look, we see this garrison up here in E3, which they've mimicked over here earlier on in the G and H section of the map here. When they were attacking Salient 42, they placed 2 wide garrisons ready to attack Scar. They've now done the same here for Verbach Overlook. So that's clearly a bit of a thing for them, but you know, there's a glaring hole here, and that is any sort of frontline presence. You know, there's so little within that gap, and I know this area is now going to be controlled by Paraducks, which is far from useful, because that's a huge section of the cap sector that you are missing. House Squad there, maybe if they can get the garrison up, they could potentially send, get 2 squads spawned in, 1 presses back in towards the point, fighting in towards the danger, and 1 presses out towards the Scar, and that then just allows them quite a nice little surround towards Scar as they look to get that attacking presence going. They've had to fall fairly far back to Salient 42 though for now, so we'll see how that one gets on, because we do have Yerd there and Fleeps pressing pretty highly towards Salient 42. And in fact, Yerd there is about to get a good surround onto this Panther tank. Now, does Chad Winra have his satchel? Gets on top of it. Yes, he's got the satchel. 1 rocket goes into the back of him from Alex. Alex runs away, though. Chad Winra looks like he's going to get his satchel on. Maybe, did he? He does indeed have the satchel on. Tank commander goes up. Psycho, does he spot it? Surely he's seeing this and he's going to get rid of the satchel. And it's going to go down, I think. It's nice play from the tank crew there. They are a little bit damaged, but they sort themselves out. They're not going to die. They live to fight another day. See, Fleep's now looking to get a little bit more aggressive now that he's got backup. Would like to see a little bit more W keying from him as they push through here. There's not too much presence from the DOND guys within this section here. Just WT Janssen now holding them off alongside Centurion. But they are making some trades here. They're not going down without a fight, Janssen and Centurion. They are playing well so far here. Centurion here with the STG as the assault, using his level 9, and WT Janssen presumably the same, using the... Nope, he's got the FG42. What? I don't know, Janssen. I don't know about that one, Chief. That's not for me. Flawless Fulgrim. And Die try and press up as well. Fleep's got a little bit of width. Doesn't manage to take Flawless Fulgrim out though. And he turns, and he's now a little bit known. This little pocket of let looser players here from Mr. Tank, who clearly is quite an aggressive player, having been on this front line throughout most of this game. Hey Bubble, using the emojis. Nice to see. Good to see. I hope you're well. Again, I know it's half hour behind, but it's always nice to see people in the chat. Very important here, taking the width attack once more, coming in from this northern side. They do outnumber this squad down here. They certainly could make a good press through. Eliasson takes down Ganda. We have Captain Jan and Piu as well. No real pressure here from these guys, though. They don't seem to be in any sort of hurry, which is a bit of a surprise, because this is it's a game of speed, really. You've got to be pretty quick. Eliasson pushes up, takes down, very important, but Paroe there makes note of that and wins the trade. Captain Jan starting to press forward as well. He's going to take down Paroe. So now this outpost goes down. Nice to see that. Well played. No squad leader in sight either, so that immediate presence and attack has gone there. P spawns back in. Nearest garrison is only in G4 though, so they've not been set too far back. What is this? What is this? Stop it. Stop. Where are you? You. It's you again. Stop. Stop. Someone at DOND have a word with him. This. Not a good garrison. This. You don't want this. This is bad. Stop building it there. Look, what difference is there between building it where you've built it and just chucking it back here, like 30 meters back, 60 yards away, it's right on the line too, 66 meters back. What's the difference? Just chuck it in the blue, make it spawnable. You're never going to get to spawn there. It's not going to happen. If it does come live, it's going to be for a short time. You might even get the spawn wave off. And you know, and while it's going to be safe, because they're never going to know it's there, because why the hell would it be? You don't expect it to be there in a competitive game. Satchel goes off over there. Looks like those guys didn't even know that was happening, but the garrison remains locked. Call me shocked. Wow. Unbelievable, really, isn't it? Do have some good presence here from the Paraducks as they look to push their way through the let looser front line. Over by Salient 42, got Chad Winrar still hanging about, still making himself a bit of a nuisance towards this this Panther tank, but they have been held back pretty effectively from the DOND defense. We are a fair ways into this game now, 38 minutes remaining, way over halfway at this stage. That to me says it's probably time. Let's take a quick look at the stats, shall we? Let's have a look at the stats screen. Just hit. We should have the stats screen, I hope. We've got top killer is Hershey, with Alex 10 kills behind him, and then nearly another 10 kills behind that is Mad Orse. I haven't seen Mad Orse today. I wonder if he is on artillery. He is indeed, picking up 23 howitzer kills there. But Hershey there, with his G43 and the steel hand grenade, and then Alex here from DD with the M1 Garand. Very nice. He even ran someone over. Got a supply truck kill. Lovely. You'd love to see that. In terms of our deaths per minute, we've got McClellis there, 0.72 deaths per minute. 33 deaths in total. So he certainly has been on the receiving end of perhaps one or two artillery shells. Let's go back to our game, though. Let's tab back in. So we can see Salient 42 is looking real secure right now, though Alex is going to start chasing down the Panther tank. One rocket goes in, good hit, great pen, straight into the engine block. Alex is going to start chasing after it, doesn't have the second shot to blow up the engine, unfortunately. Do you see the ping out from our artillery squad mates here? And now that could be pretty good if they can get the artillery drop in there. Could certainly bring Spacey McSpaceface's squad all the way forward. Alex is still chasing his Panther tank, though, who is not going to stop until he's amongst friendlies. Maybe soon he's going to chill out, but he just keeps on driving, just keeps on going. And just a little bit of cap pressure onto Salient 42 as Chad Winrar there gets himself into the point. We've got Killer and Monkey Spunk as well, and along with the man again doing the same move. AKM4 is a little sneaky boy, that's for sure. Chad Winrar now right up into the point here. There's no garrison directly on the point. The garrisons are just off of the point. For now, got this Panther tank that was hit earlier. Ancient Knowledge now. We'll see if he notices Chad Winrar coming out. He does indeed. Takes down Chad Winrar. Safe and sound. The satchel doesn't get placed, and that tank can start making a, well, hopefully some defensive plays here. As we zoom out, though, we are seeing a little bit of defense come in now for the DOND guys. Describing it as the defense laying open. It's a little bit disingenuous. There wasn't a danger there. Well, no, look, there is a danger. See, this is the problem with the way these guys are playing here. DOND, look at this. There's nothing to the north of Salient, and what that's going to allow them to do, if it can be picked up by. We do have this garrison goes up, which is nice, but there's still very little infantry. If we can see a little bit of presence from the Paraducks guys coming into G7 and H7, we could certainly see them start boxing in. We know AKM is around the back. We do see the Scar getting contested, though. Airhead drops in as well. Let's go check out the Scar. There's not too many players in the zone. However, there's not too many defenders either. From that note, Gander goes down to Schneider there. That's the main cap pressure goes off. We still do have Sergeant Clement there coming in from this northern side, along with the Big Bad Bear as well. Scarge, the commander, looking like he's going to try and chase down this airhead maybe. We'll see if it's been spotted actually. Mr. Tank once again getting aggressive up against Big Bad Bear. We'll see if he can win this trade. Big Bad Bear's taking down one, but Shirok and Mr. Tank make him a meal. Let's have a look at this airhead though. Has it been clocked? Has it been spotted? Does Nechi know it's there? Because this is a DOND airhead here. They certainly could get some spawns into it, maybe. I think Nechi might just get there. Still got another 25 seconds or so. Oh, Nechi, no! He's missed it. Oh, no. The cap pressure does come in. Ah, there you go, he's found it. Cap pressure does come in at Scar. It's pretty minimal, though, although the front door's been left wide open to Mr. Tank. But over at Salient 42, again, we've got these nuisance squads. All of them coming in from the east, in fact. And in fact, they may have even taken down that eastern garrison they have. Which, while there is a decent surround on the point, they're going to need a pretty quick recall of players back into it. Because there is certainly the sizable contingent of squad leaders in here. 4 squad leaders up into this point. AKM nowhere to be seen, so he must be doing something. Being a nuisance somewhere else now. That's a lot of players from the Paraducks all the way up into this point. Yeah, Captain Cody, absolutely agree. It was a hell of a rough start. You guys did manage to stabilise for a long period in this game, but for right now though, the defence was fine. The defence was solid. You just didn't have anyone. There was no way of knowing if anything was in this forest, and that's the real issue. Let's take a look at this map. Oh, I've messed up my scoreboard, haven't I? Hang on. There we go. Scoreboard's back. Let's take a look at this. Map here. As the bombing run comes in, it's going to be close. It's going to be tight. I just want to highlight though, if we had just one spawn down in this forest, one spawn up here near the open field up there, something like this in terms of defensive outposts, you can leave your front line up around like that. And you're incredibly defensive, able to push out as well. But that point gets capped from the Paraducks, just because there was, quite frankly, just nothing within this rectangle down here by a logging camp. You had no way of knowing. And already there was a little bit of cap pressure in at logging camp, in fact, actually. We see a couple of players coming in. That would have stopped any spawns at HQ. But for now, it is being defended. Plenty of players coming down off of that hill, though. Perhaps a recap coming in at Salient. This match is going all over the place here. Really struggling to keep up with it. But they've got plenty of players within the point here, so just 1 or 2 more kills from the DOND guys and Let Looser guys. And absolutely, they'll be able to recap this. Just need 1 more spawn in. Both points get contested. This is just a game of speed at this point. This is what I was saying. This is all about who can be quicker. Chad Winrat goes down. Contest at Salient 42. Can Freeze get himself up into the point, make himself a bit of a nuisance. 1 player goes down to a bit of a headshot there. He's going to have a headache in the morning. But these players here on the point, they're just playing incredibly slow and passive here. I don't blame them. They are capping. They do just want to stay alive. But I don't see them capping this point. No, they've got the squad leader in there. However, Monk goes down. Fleeps got taken out as well by Krummer. Flubber takes down Sermon. But again, there you go. There's the defense. I haven't seen a tank here for ages from this allied team. Ian McCoff there takes down Yerd. He's going to get caught by Chad Winrar though, or is he? Maybe not. Playing a bit of Ring of Rosies around the building there. Over at logging camp, let's take a look. There's so many guys over here. Are they just all outside of the cap circle though? Because this cap circle does not extend to the bottom of the map, and so these guys need to get themselves north. This barn is only just very slightly part of this cap point here. And here we see the cap pressure now finally coming in from the Paraducks into the final. Space Face does get the garrison up. It is possible to spawn in this zone. They're going to need a big spawn wave to come in now. We see Ducker as well pushing through. Serious Sam maybe is going to catch this garrison spawn wave. If he could just get himself an angle maybe somehow. He's running round. Got Kemba Bar there. He knows something's up. He's brought the truck forward. Serious Sam's got to pick that corner. He's going to use the Thompson, take him down though. And the cap pressure still happening here over at logging camp. Oh, precision strike comes in. What blew up? Did anything blow up? Can't quite tell. The 76 is up and forward. Now run this 76 forward. Get aggressive with it. You've done nothing with your tanks all game. Let's just see Ionis here, who I know is a good driver. He could certainly pressure with that tank. If he just needs to get his tank forward and really capitalise on this. Serious Sam make himself a bit of a nuisance. Or Sniper's Dream get taken out as well from a bit of a distance. AKM once again on the wide flanks. Wrapping this game up. I tell you what, AKM and his crew absolutely MVPs in this one. Logging camp is just getting dominated here though by the Paraducks. We'll see. It's going to require some hero plays, but I don't think it's going to happen. We just want to see the 76 now pressure all the way forward into this point. Rocket comes in onto the big spawn wave from Monkey Spunk. Doesn't get the garrison though. McClellis there pressuring up. Nice to see. Keep pressuring as well. Crosses through the smoke. Plenty of these players just need to get aggressive now. There's so many Paraducks players within the point though. Unbelievable. The desperate strafing run comes in, and that's how you know you're desperate. But another big wave of players comes through, and I think this is going to be the end of the game. Hershey finishing the game as top frag, so very well done to Hershey, but more importantly, very well done to the Paraducks team there on that win. Fantastic play. Let's command the commander. I can't. The commander's ready. Quit. DOND DS1, you're already gone. All right, let's give it to the artillery guys. Let's take a look through these scores though. We see tank crew there from Ancient Knowledge picking up 1500 score, the best on the team for them. As I get the ever needed XP in. I need the 25% bonus today, unfortunately. Such a shame. Here we go. Back to it again. So we see Ancient Knowledge with the best score for this DOND team. The rest of those scores coming in. No one particularly too impressive in terms of scores from what I can see from the Paraducks team. We see King Squad there. With Alex obviously picking up plenty of kills, and we saw he was fragging well, but also picking up a couple of tank kills while he was at it. Same with TL Dane. Mad Orse there on the artillery guns, getting 382 combat score. So that's the end of the game though for me. Nothing much going on. I'm about to go discover how I can do a raid though. If I can. I don't even know if I can do a raid at this point. I don't think I will, because I think that'll then make everyone leave my channel, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to go watch this game back, and then hopefully you guys are going to go see go watch City Beats if he's still live, or whoever is live as well. So guys, thank you very much for sticking around and watching this game. Always appreciated. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you back again very soon for some more Hell Let Loose admin camcast.